Hello there, and welcome to Know Your Vibes Astrology. Today I'm going to talk to you about Neptune in Aquarius and in the 5th house. So if this is you, chances are you are young. You're younger than me. Neptune was in Aquarius from 1998 to 2012. So this age group, as the time of I'm filming this, is from 9 years old to 23. So chances are either you are very young and into astrology, which is likely, or you could be a parent of someone who was born maybe in the later years of this generation and you want to learn more about your child. So either or, whether you're young and wanting to know more about yourself or a parent and wanting to know more about your child, I'm so excited to talk to you about this placement. You are also most likely a Libra rising, or your child's Libra rising. The person you're watching this video for is Libra rising, or it could be Virgo or Scorpio, potentially going out even further to Sagittarius and Leo. Most likely you are a Libra rising. So let's dive in. For this video, I'm going to start with a planet, describe that, add in the layer of the zodiac sign, and then last but not least, add in the layer of the house to get an overall collective interpretation. So Neptune is one of my favorite planets. It is the planet that dissolves boundaries and allows you to get to the soul essence of what is there. It can feel chaotic and blurry and hard to understand. It blends things, right? So it is kind of hard to understand and blurry and chaotic. Like, that is part of its nature. Neptune's ultimate goal is to help you connect to the soul, and as well as that, learn how to navigate the unknown, the cloudy, and kind of foster this solar plexus self-confidence in the face of the unknown, in the face of the undecided. Neptune is your soul. It is your subconscious as well too. So it is everything that you use in your subconscious, all of the beliefs you've kind of picked up over your lifetime, all of the energy, especially of other people that you're holding on and carrying with you. It is your dreams. It is, your subconscious desires and wants and goals and motivations. And you really tap into Neptune when you spend time alone, when you are not with other people, and you can kind of draw up those boundaries and soften your energy and look within it and sort through what is there. Neptune is something also too, you really can't navigate through seeing. You have to navigate through feeling your way through, using your intuition, kind of blindly feeling out, seeing what do you get about what is there and what can you infer from that. Neptune as well too is your manifestation point. So it is where you have primordial water energy, where you can dream and imagine and that imagination can give birth to reality. It might not always give birth to reality. It depends on how Neptune energy, how you are aligning with what it is you're manifesting. But when you're energetically aligned and you're able to imagine and dream up, Neptune can really bring things forward for you. It is overall a space to be weary of lack of boundaries, because it does dissolve boundaries. So it is some place where you have to manually go in and be very clear with boundaries, and be clear with other people if you need to, draw boundaries for yourself if you need to, do self-care quite often as well too, and just really it is a space that it's sacred, it's spiritual, it's soft, and it kind of needs that to be honored in its own way. So having Neptune in Aquarius makes things a little different as well too. So Aquarius energy is unexpected energy. It is a little bit weird. It stands out from the crowd. It is highly innovative and really intelligent. It's forward thinking. It's like it has its pulse on what's to come. It's the fingers on the pulse of the very beginning of conscious thought and the leading edge, right? The front line of thought and what we're creating. And it is very humanitarian oriented. It's society oriented. Aquarius challenges the status quo a lot. It's an inner rebel. But it doesn't just rebel for rebellion's sake. It challenges the status quo because the status quo sometimes needs to be challenged. And Aquarius is really about ushering an awakening and freedom and this utopian level of love and harmony amongst people. And so Neptune and Aquarius, your energy, you might come off a little weird to people, or you might have a weird or different, and it's not weird to you, but it's to other people it might seem weird, a different connection to spirituality. There's this energy of almost like coming in to life already knowing your connection. I see like, you know, how this generation and whatnot is really into like tarot cards and witchcraft and astrology and numerology and you know, making things like this and finding their, you know, spiritual balance. And so it's kind of like this new age spiritual generation, this new age connection to spirit and love and the higher self. I almost see like Burning Man. So if you're a parent watching this, that might be a throwback for you. Like Burning Man energy of, you know, just doing something different, connecting spiritually and just awakening and opening up and utopian love with other people. You might find as well too that you are hard to pin down. You're hard to restrict when it comes to beliefs, when it comes to, like, I almost see like the words religious freedom. You probably don't do too well within the scope of a confined religion, especially if it's expectations that you're within that group. And that could be very well too, like if, you know, everybody around you is leaning into the maybe more spiritual, esoteric, new agey things, maybe you feel called to stick with old traditions because that is your way of challenging your group and your status quo. You may also find too that you are a powerful manifestor when it comes to dreaming up a better society and dreaming up a better way to connect to people and a better way to help everybody and a better way to meet societal needs. If you have Capricorn energy, so if you have any Capricorn energy to ground you, you might have Pluto in Capricorn, especially the younger generation of this group. You may feel more of a duty towards society. If you don't have that Capricorn energy or not very strong Saturn placement, then you're probably just more focused on demanding better out of society and asking for better out of society. And really, like, you guys of all generations are really able to tap into that utopia of what could be. You're also very sensitive to what isn't working, what's not going well, what is where maybe society is failing or where there's problems that are not being approached. And so when it comes to like self-care, you have to balance that. Like how much does taking on the world's problems serve you and serve society? And can you find that delicate balance between, you know, maybe compartmentalizing or leaving things at the door for your self-care and then not doing that and really taking them on for the care of society and the care of other people. So finding that balance between like how much can you realistically work with before you need to let it go. Also too, with Neptune being that boundary energy, you are maybe more vulnerable to like peer pressure, influence from your peers. You might feel like when you're with your friends or with your peers, like boundaries blur and it's easy to just feel so connected to them on a soul level. That can be a great thing. That can be a wonderful thing. You have a soul tribe, a friend group, you know, that's just really a strong bond. Or if, you know, you're not in a very good group, then maybe you are picking up things that are heavy and that, you know, teaching you that you're not worthy or you're not good enough or things of that nature. And if that's the case, you know, really making sure that you take the time to honor and be very sacred with who you surround yourself with. And if someone is not building you up, let them go and do the work to release that energy subconsciously too as well, where it's maybe taking root beyond the surface of things, and where things are more internal. You're also going to be someone who is really connected to, like, just whether you're channeling or connected to guides, angels. I even, you know, hear like star seeds and things like that. Like, you know, that's really popular with your generation as well too. This like otherworldly spiritual connection. This rapid, fast moving, like Aquarius is epiphanies and awakenings, and it's just this rapid manifestation. And so that energy comes into play when it comes to your Neptune, your spirituality, your sense of, you know, soul connection. And so you really can awaken and make shifts with your soul quickly. You can really connect to your guides, your angels very quickly and understand almost intuitively what's going on a bigger picture and you know, so societally wise, and I don't know if that's a correct way to say the word, but on the societal level, or just like there's this energy I'm getting around like the collective consciousness as well too, and what are we collectively manifesting? So what beliefs and fears and desires is everybody holding on to? And, you know, you're here in a way to kind of help awaken them. So to put this in the context of the 5th house, the 5th house is kind of a counterbalance to Aquarius, where Aquarius is so focused on other people. The 5th house is the self. It is the creative self. It is creating the self. It is the heart. It's your light. It's it's who you are, and it's your self-expression. And so this Neptune Aquarius self, or part of you, while it is, very much connected to society, it is an intrinsic part of who you are. It's a part of your personality, part of your heart, part of your ego, a part of your sense of self. This is something that maybe you take a lot of pride in, or it's a part of you that you really just can't escape. It's just something that defines your happiness. If maybe you're struggling in these areas, it might really kind of bring you a lot of heartache and a lot of, turmoil. If you are struggling with that, really cultivate on cleaning out your system and letting go of, what Aquarius energy is not serving you, because not everybody in society is going to give you good energy. So clearing that out, and focusing on the 5th house of love. So where Aquarius is the head, Aquarius can sometimes be so anti-self because it's so focused on the collective. The 5th house is the heart, and it is solely focused on what you want. And so finding that balance between the heart and the head. Are you making sure that your heart has a say? Are you making sure that your heart gets to express itself, that it gets to show up in this area as well too? You're someone who, it's so important for you to have strong friendships and to have, strong connections spiritually to these people, and your friend groups and whatnot. And so really allowing yourself to have fun and to enjoy that and to play. And I just am getting this strong message of this placement really doesn't let itself have enough fun. And with Aquarius, I think sometimes Aquarius can kind of cultivate self-hatred, because it's so focused on other people. It's so anti-self that it doesn't like when the self wants to be the self, because it's don't put the spotlight on me. And so when you have something like the 5th house that wants the spotlight, it can kind of be conflicting. This is a conflicting placement to have. And so just knowing that your heart is so oriented in such a pure way towards society and towards helping other people, that being selfish and putting yourself first and focusing on your joy and your friendship and what makes you happy will also serve other people. It will also make a big part, make a big impact on other people as well too. This energy also will manifest in your creativity space. So how you create, what you create, whether you're creating something very innovative, whether you're creating something spiritual, whether you're, just creating art and it just has a funky kind of vibe to it. This will also manifest in your creativity, your romance, how you date, how you, have fun with people and meet new people. But really it's taking place in this arena of where you are creating yourself, where you're creating your heart, where you're creating who you are. And as someone who, if you're listening to this, early on into the recording, so if years go by and this video is still on the internet and you're listening to it, maybe not so much, but some of the older people of the generation, but even young people, this would be relevant. But for you guys, because you're 9 to 23, you are in those stages of life where you are defining yourself, where you don't have to yet have yourself defined, and life is kind of set up for you to define yourself in this moment. And so with that being said, Neptune kind of really reminds you that you can be whoever you want to be. You can be whatever is true to you. And so really allow yourself to take alone time and tap into your soul and ask yourself, what do I want to manifest for myself? What do I want to create for myself? And that Aquarius energy, it's embracing being different, embracing being unique, and embracing as well too, ultimately, that high-paced, high-channeling energy that is related to who you are. So you are someone who's going to, I think, to see massive growth in your sense of self and your creativity, and things are going to transform for you as soon as you dive in. So just really allowing that innovative awakening energy of Aquarius to take you all the way home. I really truly love this placement, and I think you guys are just a special group of people, beautiful souls who are so selfless, and it's get so much joy from that. And I think that's wonderful as well too. I'm so glad that you guys get to get joy from your connection to other people and the spiritual and just having that soul vibe, soul crew. If this is your placement, please let me know if this resonates for you, or if you're a parent. I would like to say, if you're a parent with a child with this placement, really teach them how to have boundaries and how to have alone space and how to reflect on what's them and what's not them, and allow them and encourage them to be who they are. Don't stifle their voice. Don't stifle their, that Aquarius, rebellious, wonderful spirit. Really allow them to be who they are. Especially if you're a Libra rising, you're going to be someone who is so people-oriented in the first place that, it's important to be encouraged to be who you are. So let me know if this placement is you or someone you know and how it resonates. And if you like, please like and subscribe. Feel free to let me know any other placement, sign, house, and planet combos that you would like me to talk more about. And I'll talk to you guys next time.